Yo, man! This is season 2, the Race DTX podcast. You know what I mean? Every so often, we bring guests and whatnot in. I'm in Philly. Just hopped off a flight. Had to get up with my brother, man, Raheem.
Welcome back to the city, player.
Raheem, man. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, brother? How you doing, man? Let's tell them a little bit about yourself, man. You didn't have me all over the world, man.
All over the world, man. Definitely. I'm Raheem. I'm honored to be here on the race, man, with my good guy, Lance, man. He's holding it down. Philly native, West Philadelphia, born and raised.
Okay. That's where Meek from, right?
No, Meek's from North.
He's from North.
Yeah, that's where the best rapper to ever come out of Philly's from.
Okay.
Will Smith. He's from
West. Is that right? Oh, yeah. I was like, wait, hold on, the Broad Street Bully?
No, man. We got Will Smith and West. We got some new up-and-coming cats that's really killing it, but typically the big Philly rappers are from North or South, like Beans or Meek or, Chris and Eve, those cats.
I've been in a few Ubers or little cab rides, and I know the young cats around here, man, they really live and die by that, the North and the West.
Man, it's all about what side of the city you from, man.
Yeah.
I mean, West Side's the best side, but of course I'm partial.
But a lot of the young cats are saying Uzi the greatest to come out of here.
Oh my God!
He go hard though.
Listen, I'm not even an Uzi fan, bro. I got, hey, shout out to Uzi from Philly. I wish him much success. I don't particularly listen to anything that ain't mainstream from him.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, shoot, me and Travito, man, we done caught a couple Uzi sets, man. And Uzi, he get it turned up, man. But just all in all, man, just the history and everything just behind Philly. You know what I'm saying? It's my pleasure, my blessing to have you on here. You know what I'm saying? Because you're doing a lot of great things, and I think as far as one of my friends or somebody I done met over the last few years, you know what I'm saying? You're very inspiring with just how you move. You know what I'm saying? We sitting here and we talking, and it's like, yeah, I'm gonna go to DC for a light second. You know what I'm saying? And turn around, and in my head, I'm like, damn, that's some shit I do, and like. We not understanding, like, you know what I'm saying? Wait, you not gonna stay the whole time?
Yeah, man, listen, I have partied in D.C., brunch partied in D.C., even in my bed by night. New York's even closer. I go to New York to the club, leave the club, and come home.
You was just in New York.
Yeah, I was just in New York. A couple of days ago. Shout out to Brooklyn. I was up there in Brooklyn and hit Harlem up, so always a great time in New York. But yeah, we did D.C. tonight, man.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do that, man. But what I brought you on for, fam, is your brand. You know what I'm saying? We are talking to the CEO of the Weekender Travels. A lot of y'all probably follow me on various social media accounts and things like that, and see me traveling and things. This man right here is a very, very big proponent of my travel endeavors, and always putting together some real classy movements and stuff, man.
Hey, man, I appreciate you. I appreciate your support over the years, man. It means a lot. Man, since I met you in Cuba, which is very, very interesting to say, I met this guy in Cuba. Very, very secluded island. But we had a great time. And we kind of kicked since then, man. So I'm the CEO of the Weekender Trips. Bigger, smaller company of the Weekender Experiences.
Okay.
We focus on providing unique and travel experience for young black professionals all around the world. So we do small trips like weekend trips. We have like the Hamptons or the Vineyards, or we'll go to Cuba or Brazil that you've been to, Africa.
And the Poconos too, though, right?
Oh yeah, that's our big trip. That's our small trip. We have over 200 people that come to our ski trip in the Poconos. But overall, it's just about exposing young black professionals to the world. And like-minded professionals.
Which is so necessary, man. Which is so necessary. I actually just had a trip to Nebraska where, you know what I'm saying, it was some knowledge kind of dropped on me that really, honestly, it changed me, you know what I'm saying? I think I was there maybe about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I visited, Malcolm X's crib, wrong, right, or indifferent, I know people love and hate him, you know what I'm saying? But that was very much so, I feel, an example of a black man and just, his trials and tribulations throughout life and the crucibles of, what has brought him his enlightenment and things like that. But just getting back to the story, it was, brought to my attention that, a lot of the things or injustices that we're seeing right now, they just, they saying that it's postponed, but, it was definitely the NBA playoffs.
Power moves, man. Power moves.
Power moves, you know what I'm saying? Just where they Is it boycotting that they saying?
Yeah,
or,
they're calling it a boycott. You know,
Okay.
we'll see what ends up happening for the rest of the season. The players met yesterday. They're reconvening again today.
And shout out to Bron though, man.
Shout out to Bron. Shout out to Kawhi, man.
Shout out
LA,
to Kawhi.
both
You know
LA
what I mean?
teams have opted out of the rest of the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
They voted not to continue the playoffs. They don't want to go business as usual. When black men are being shot and killed in this country by police at an alarming rate.
Again.
Yeah, what
They
you
decided to play again.
Oh, they have.
Oh, so they voted again?
They just voted again. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
But I know Bron walked out of the meeting. That's all.
The move was crazy, and honestly, when the Jet Smith when he he walked off stage, or I heard he did that, I was like, man, Cass is kind of maybe taking it too far. But actually watching that and seeing exactly what he said and just all of that, it was crazy. And I mean, not to be too much on a segue, but with the Weekenders travels and stuff like that, I feel as if though that's kind of like your lane, exposing people to more broad but yet still detailed experiences of traveling places and just experiencing life, to a high degree.
I think one thing, what we try to do at the Weekender is like create safe places for black people to travel.
It ain't safe everywhere for us to travel.
It's safe,
worse
man.
than in the United States.
James Baldwin, or Jimmy Baldwin, depending how you call him, he said, "What is there to have comfort and convenience if you don't have safety?" And a lot of times when we're taking large groups of young black professionals to places like the Hamptons or the Vineyard, which are traditionally white playgrounds or white havens, what is it to have that luxury if you don't feel comfortable, if you don't feel welcome, if you don't feel safe? And so what we do as the Weekender, man, we try to do a lot of vetting and a lot of narrative building when we're renting properties from these, very affluent white homeowners or property owners.
Way happy at a mansion in Rio, man. Y'all check out my Instagram.
We try to make sure that
King of Rio, man, for my birthday.
Check it out, Rio was a great time, man. But yeah, we try to create a safe place, man, just so people can be themselves. Black people aren't monolithic. We're very culturally diverse, so we can be doctors and lawyers and all these great professions, and we can still stand on tables and twerk and take shots of Douce and things, have a good time. But a lot of people can't wrap their heads around black people like that. You either got to be one or the other. Yeah. Either you're a girl and you're twerking and you're caught all types of promiscuous stuff, or you're a doctor. But in our world, we're both.
Yeah.
And so that's what the Weekender captures, like where you can do both.
What was with the founding, when was the Weekender founded?
2015.
2015?
Yeah.
What went into all of that? What made you I know we've talked about this a few times, but with the corporate world, you just kind of maybe felt, like you could do more for yourself, or as a black man and a black business owner, or what was the deal with all that?
And so honestly, the Weekender was kind of founded very organically.
Okay.
So I had moved back to Philly from Atlanta. I was working in corporate.
Clark Atlanta graduate.
Yes, sir. Hey, Clark Atlanta graduate. Let's go. And so I was working in corporate, and I met a lot of transplants here in Philly and some locals that were all in corporate. We had that young professional bubble, and we were talking about going skiing, and none of them had ever been skiing before, and I had been skiing before. And so
that right there is it, man, because you will really have us on a lot of different stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
that we're not going to be able to see in our everyday life, or that we don't have rich uncles or mamas and daddies where it's like, we go skiing every winter, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that.
Man, I didn't go skiing for the first time until I was well after graduated college. I just decided myself I wanted to go.
Been skiing.
You got to go, man. It's so much fun.
I know, man.
It's so much fun.
I was supposed to knock it in February, but some things kind of had switched around. Shout out to my little brother G-Rob, you know what I mean, for his birthday and stuff. They had a cool little hot tub cabin shindig and a great mix of people in the mix, but it just didn't end up working out for my schedule. But
that's cool, man. We got you when we back open, man.
I'm already knowing.
But to make the long story short, we a lot of them hadn't been skiing before, so I had organized a ski trip just for the group of friends. It was like 33 of us. We went up. We had one cabin, and we had a ball. And I had my family prepare some of the meals, and so we took it up there and we cooked and grilled, and it was like a really great time. And then the next year when it was around the same time, like, are we doing it again? I'm like, yeah. Well, that grew to 60. And then the following year after that, it was 120. And the next thing you know, we were over 200 people for this weekend of the ski trip. And so it grew really organically. So then I started to formalize it and add other trips. We added in a lake trip, and we added in the Hamptons. Then we went to Thailand for our first international trip, and now we've been to every continent on the planet except Antarctica.
Yeah.
And so
have you touched Antarctica yet? Because
no, I haven't. That was planned this year.
Oh, okay, but
and COVID. Yeah, I was supposed to be going this winter.
My man's has been on every freaking continent, and then also something y'all may not know about this man, or that I would like y'all to know, is you're fluent in Mandarin, correct?
Okay, so
is it Mandarin or is it Chinese?
Which is I do speak Mandarin. I don't consider myself fluent because I don't know other words, but I can hold in-depth conversation.
I'm not gonna let him hold y'all, man. This dude, he'd have told me plenty of times where some people would be flexing on him or saying some real, something that might not be said in English or whatever the case is, and he'll catch him and correct him real quick.
Hey, man, I catch a lot of people, man. So, yeah, I can hold a conversation. I can navigate. I used to live in China, so I picked that up while I lived in China. But, like I said, fluency is a long way to go. It's a lot of words. Man.
Like being in China and things like that, because I think we've discussed that before. Was that something that just kind of got you on your marathon as far as, with the travel, or what was your first international trip?
All right. So my first international trip was in 2005. I was in high school. I went to Overbrook High School. Shout out to Overbrook, the Castle on the Hill. Yeah. Alma mater to Will Smith, that guy we were talking about earlier.
Oh, okay. Shout out there, man.
Yeah, Will went to Overbrook. Will Chamberlain went to Overbrook as well. So
wow,
we got some dope
Shout out to
alma
the
mater
Noops,
there.
Man. Shout out to the Noops.
So Will Smith came back to Overbrook and took the top 10 students to Johannesburg, South Africa to meet Nelson Mandela. And I was one of the students.
You went to Joburg then?
And I met Mandiba. That's how I met Mandela when he was still alive. It was
One more point of reference to make, man. If you can get to Africa, get to Africa.
Get to Africa.
Especially if you're, you know what I mean, you're a little bit melanated or anything like that, because it's just, it's something else. So what was that like for you? I did see when you dropped the picture.
On Mandiba's birthday.
Yeah, I was like, wow, my guy, Maul, and my boy Raheem, man.
It was life-changing, man. I was 15, and we went in style, of course, because Will paid and took us out there. Okay. Got to spend some intimate time with Will for about 2 weeks, and met Nelson Mandela, and got to see just all of the culture of South Africa. So, we saw all the luxury, and we also saw some of the struggles that they were going through over there. Mm-hmm. And
because
that experience
was still kind of...
It was... in our lifetime. So it was 2005, apartheid ended in 91, so we were speaking to students and people that had experienced full-blown apartheid, and then versus now. So it was really humbling, and it was just, that's what kind of just sparked it, man. Yeah. It showed a little kid from West Philly that the world is bigger than the States, it's bigger than Philly. Because I know so many people I grow with that haven't left this tri-state area, Philly, Jersey, Delaware.
Yeah.
Or, we all know tons of people that don't leave home or leave the States. Yeah. But once you get out and see that you can navigate.
And something that's crazy about that, it's almost like in some places, you know what I'm saying, LA to be specific, definitely here on the East Coast, it's like it's almost like it's something to somewhat be proud of. Like, I ain't never left the
man, people be repping their hood, it's a thing, man.
I don't know, it's just it's so much bigger out there, you know what I mean?
I think there's a paradigm shift, like with the Black travel movement. It hit the young professionals first, but I feel like more of my, neighborhood or hood friends, as we call them,
are starting to get there. At your level, I feel like you're running that, though. Like, how are you staying ahead of just, so much? I mean, you got your big Africa trip that you do and stuff like that.
Afro-Pean tour,
Afro-Pean, and, how are you staying ahead of that, and how is that,
Man, it's always about innovating, man. When I look at a place to go, it's more than turn up. It's about what's the cultural experience. When I want people to come off a trip, I want them to say, wow, we had a great time with great people, but touched by the location, touched by the energy in the place we go, experience the culture. Did you talk to somebody local? Did you learn a new word? Did you learn something new? That's real important when I put together trips and when we choose locations is, turn up's great, but it's are you impacted? Does that trip stay with you? Do you talk about that trip a year later or months later when you get back?
The few I've been on, man, I can't really describe just how it makes me feel to be able to be because I've been traveling, doing the international thing for a minute, but just to kind of do it, with like-minded individuals as well as, Black people, you know what I'm saying, us, it's crazy because we all taking in them experiences all together, and it's just like it's
listen,
wild,
Cuba,
man.
we was in tears in Cuba,
Bro, what?
You know, Cuba was deep,
Yeah, Cuba was deep,
and we found out while we were there that they were closing it down again. Remember, that was announced.
Because you can't quite go to you can't go to Cuba no more.
Yeah,
you know?
but
unless you do it, legally. But we ain't doing none of that over here. But yeah, that was a wild trip, man. It really made me think about my grandmother a lot, and some of the things, because she was one of them type of people, like, she ain't leaving the porch. You know what I'm saying? This is home, and this is where it's at. But she always loved to see me, doing things and stepping outside of my means and stuff like that. So I was very overwhelmed with just all of them, man. And then just us, like, boy, we was thick. Like, I still keep up with everybody. Like, as soon as I come to Philly or be in Houston or any of that, all of the people who was there, Dallas, So
yeah, man, that's what it is too. It's like an extended network. Nobody really comes off of a weekend or trip without new friends, new networks, or new place they can crash in the States. Like, when I travel, man, I rarely, I'm traveling stateside. I'm rarely booking hotels or stuff because it's like, yo, last I'm in the city, man, what's up? Like, and I meet networks off of the weekend there. Vice versa, when people come to Philly, hit me up. You got a place, they got a place to crash. Somebody to be your ambassador to their city, man. So,
that's real talk.
And that's like, that's the residual from going on trips with like-minded professionals, and they're from all over the country, man. Everybody's from everywhere.
So how is COVID and everything like that affecting you, brother? Like, I know because you had some monsters lined up for us. You know what I'm saying? I think I was trying to line in with something. I think we was maybe going to do Australia this year.
Yep, that was our New Year's trip, Australia, New Zealand. COVID has been a challenge, but one thing we did at the weekend is that we were proactive instead of reactive, because we had a trip in the Afropean tour was going to be in Italy. We're going to be wrapping up at the Amalfi Coast.
And if y'all don't understand when we saying Afropean and with his trips and stuff like that, so my man's Raheem, my boy Raheem, he has his whole business set up on just, traveling basis or a traveling group. But his biggest
international trip.
His biggest international trip is Afro-European, where they,
It's a 2-week tour. So we do 2 African countries and 2 European countries, thus the Afropean tour. And that's our flagship trip each summer. And so this summer we were wrapping up at the Amalfi Coast in Italy. So when we first started hearing about COVID in January, February, we were looking at Italy, and then by March Italy was in full-blown outbreak and pandemic over there. And so we had pulled that trip already, right? So we adjusted first. We're going to just do Africa, and then as things got worse, we already started pulling, so we weren't reactive. And then once we kind of saw where this was going, listening to the experts, we pulled all the trips for the year and notified our customers, refunding them their money, got them back their,
good business.
Because that was just being proactive and making sure that we weren't, one, spending resources we weren't going to be able to get benefits back on, and then 2, letting our customers know that their safety and their health is most important. So even now,
shout out Charles too. I done forgot about Charles.
CEO Charles Wilson out there in LA.
Yeah, he essentially the VP, the boy of operations. Shout out to you, Charles, man. You one of a kind, man. You cool. You a great dude, man.
Yeah. So right now with COVID, what we did is we took that as a time to get to know our customer base better. So we ran, and we know a lot of people were losing jobs, and financially was being struggling during this time. So we ran a campaign to get feedback from our customers about where they want to go and what they were thinking about after COVID and how they felt. And then we also gave out money each Friday. So every Friday for a whole month, we gave out.
No dollars though.
Yeah, hey man, listen, it was you had to put in the drawing, and you got pulled, man.
Okay.
And so we gave out money just to help our core base if they were struggling, even if they weren't. If they gave us feedback, they were entered in to win money twice a week. And so we gave out a ton of prizes and money, just thanking our customers.
Was that a pretty good help for like the business? You would say,
man,
like people
really
getting looks
great
and stuff.
in us, shaping how we're going to come out of COVID.
Yeah, for sure.
And so feeling like what the customer's feeling like, because if COVID ended today, we got a vaccine today, who's all jumping out the country? Who feels comfortable? Who feels that? So we're able to gauge how we should re-engage our travel and re-engage our customer base. And so it's pretty cool. We got on the trip. We're doing a partner trip with a lot of the black travel companies, which is our Yacht Week, which is in June of 2021. which is really great.
Yacht Week, we there.
Yeah, our Yacht Week is
y'all gotta
really
be
dope.
there too, man. Lock in with the Weekender Travels. Y'all gotta go ahead and go on Instagram. Get with my man. They the top hit on Google.
Yeah.
He didn't finesse that, but you know what I'm saying. Look and get up with.
Check us out. We're theweekendertrips.com, at the Weekender Trips on Facebook and Instagram and all the other social media things. So yeah, check us out for sure. But that's what we're coming back with. We also do a lot of private group travels as well. So we do birthday parties or bachelor parties, all that. And people are starting to think about travel again. So we have a couple bookings of those coming in now.
Okay.
So things are starting to see the other side of COVID. But I think the fact that we were proactive, knuckled down, engaged our customer base, that we're looking to come out of COVID even stronger than before, because I feel like people's appetite for travel is going to be so much more heightened because they told us we couldn't.
Because they told us we couldn't.
Yeah. When you tell somebody they can't do something, it's when they want to do it.
Yeah, man. People been messing Mexico up. Everybody.
Yeah, Mexico. There's a few places open. Mexico, the DR.
Yeah.
Croatia just opened up.
Oh, is that right?
Oh yeah. Croatia's opened up.
I don't know, man. You gotta have that money. You gotta have a yacht to be out there in Croatia.
Hey, man. So that's where Yacht Week is next week. Split. So we're gonna go do a site visit out there. You coming?
I'm there, bro. I'm there. I'm gonna definitely be in the mix for some type of trip. I mean, I ain't, like I said, man, this is my man's Raheem, man, and we relate in a lot of different ways, man. Just as far as I know, a lot of y'all be like, man, Lance can't sit still. Nah, this man can't sit still, man, for real. So that is what it is. With running the company and everything like that, like, I mean, what's your day to day looking like, and I know COVID is going on now, or the pandemic, but what's a typical day for you, and what's some, you know what I'm saying, you might want to put out there to some younger people who are wanting to travel or wanting to get in groups or want to get in contact with you or whatever the case might be.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So my day to day now is just managing our rebound from COVID.
Okay.
Like I said, we have some clients now for private trips. We have our Yacht Week that we're partnering with, so making sure those things are going smoothly. I'm also seeing how I can innovate. You rarely get opportunity as a company, especially a startup, to pause all and rework everything. Yeah. So this was a great time for me to rework. Okay, maybe we weren't that strong in this area. How can we fix that? Okay. We were strong in this area. How can we become stronger? So that was really great. So we're able to really kind of up the playing field now for when we come back, which I think is going to be very, very important. So day to day, I'm talking with Charles, meeting with Charles. We're looking at how we can make things better, what experiences better, where do we want to go, where do you think it's going to open up first, how are we going to manage around COVID, how are we going to protect people when they come, because COVID is going to be around for a while, but how are we protecting people, so putting those precautions in addition to that, we have some other endeavors that we're looking into opening up, so we were able to kind of branch off and get into some other areas of entertainment and other areas of providing great experiences for people. So stay tuned. We got some dope stuff coming up there. But if anybody wants to reach out to me, man, I'm at GreatDebater8 on Instagram, or Raheem at the Weekender Trips. And I'm always down to help young black folk inspire and travel and kind of just get out of their own comfort zone, because I feel like that's where we grow the most. Yeah. Especially during these times, man. It's not easy times we're living in, man. I feel like that we have become our grandparents. If you hear your grandparents, if you're fortunate enough to talk to them about the 60s and, like the year 68 and all those things, and they talk about, the rough times, they seen a president assassinated and, some great leaders, MLK, Malcolm X, and
2020 has been
Jeff Kennedy, the senator assassinated, all that.
Yeah.
But, we're in like one of those years, man. We're in one of those years where it's like, when we're telling our grandkids,
this is going to be I survived.
It was crazy back in the day. Cats was dying. People were getting killed by the cops. It was a global pandemic. Hurricanes. Prayers out to everybody down in Louisiana and Texas.
Oh, shout out to that, man.
That's the strongest hurricane to make
Laura,
landfall
I
in over
just got up out of there,
150 years. So it's a lot in this year, man. And I think one thing I've been trying to press, and I want to put out there too for young folk, is decompress. Protect your mental, protect your peace.
Sure.
Turn off the news sometimes. Turn off Instagram sometimes. It's okay not to watch a video that may bring some disturbing thoughts, man. Seek out mental health. I'm a proponent of mental health. Make sure you have your outlets that can take you away from this, man, because the world is crazy right now.
For sure.
It's absolutely crazy, and who knows how it's going to end up. But, staying strong and keeping your mental and your spirit up,
Yeah.
that's the best thing you can do
And
during
keep
this
showing
time.
up, one foot in front of the other, and reach out for help if you need it.
Yeah, man.
Just touching on that piece a bit. I feel like here in the black community, we're starting to open our eyes to the fact that you ain't weak. You know what I'm saying? Just because you might need a listening ear, or you might need somebody to kind of talk you through some stuff that might just have you feeling outside of yourself. So
Yeah,
that's for
absolutely,
sure.
man. I think one thing I've dealt with and trying to manage in this year is that paralyzation from
Okay.
feeling unable to change.
Yeah.
We're seeing Black Lives Matter, and we're seeing cops killing black men regularly on TV,
Mm-hmm.
and then also dealing with a global pandemic that's affecting our people more than any other race, and then also dealing with the political arena that is really being fear mongering and just really full of hate right now.
Yeah.
You feel paralyzed. Like,
Yeah.
what can I do? And you have the need. A lot of us have the need to want to do something, but you don't know where to start because the problems are so big, and that paralyzation can really stunt your growth or stunt your productivity. And sometimes you just have to take a little piece at a time, one foot in front of the other, like you said. But yeah, it's just like it's a tough time, man. Being black in America, it's a tough time, being an American. Period. But you had those different layers on there, man. You got to really, really make sure you're protecting your peace.
That's for sure. That is for sure, man. So, Raheem, man, like, what's all of this mean to you, man? The weekender travels. You know what I'm saying? Being an alumnus of a great university. You know what I'm saying? Just having all this ability to kind of, always be able to move in between lines. You know what I'm saying? Something that a lot of people aren't always gifted with. You know what I'm saying? Not only just black people. Like, what does all of this mean to you?
Man, I measure my level of success by if I'm able to wake up a day and do what I want.
Okay.
It's not material things. It's not money. It's like, can I wake up
But
today?
he got money though.
And if listen, don't fool that. I'm out here trying to make it like everybody else. But if I wake up, do I control my day, or am I chasing somebody else's dream? Somebody else controlling my day.
Yeah.
And I think that's where I find my success. If I want to go up and I want to fly to LA right now, I'm in LA. If I want to stay home and do nothing, I stay home and do nothing. If I want to pour into my family and my friends, I can do it. It's that peace of mind, knowing that whatever I want to do, I can do, and whatever I don't want to do, I don't have to do.
That's for sure.
And that's what I work for. That if I stay in this place right here the rest of my life, I will feel okay because I put energy to where I want. And that doesn't mean everybody at times has to do things they may not want to do, but if it's in the bigger picture, I may not want to have to send a whole bunch of emails, but that's the bigger picture of me continuing to run a business and being able to do what I have to do.
I live by the same kind of parallel, for real. You know what I'm saying? I ain't just shook the corporate world or nothing like that just yet necessarily.
Listen,
but
I think corporate is a very, very great place if you are managing it right. When I was in corporate, I was managing it well. It then no longer became a necessity for me. I was able to do something outside of corporate. I'm not an entrepreneur that's going to tell you to quit your 9 to 5 if you don't have to.
Yeah.
When people ask me all the time about like going full time with their business and all, my thing is this all the time: a 9 to 5 is a means, to an end, or a means to a way. If you are not working that 9 to 5 and then working your business from 5 to 9, and you are sleep deprived, you are energy deprived, you are absolutely running out of time, then you shouldn't be quitting your job.
Yeah.
When you get to that point where you literally need more time in the day to make whatever this side business is or this other thing that you want to focus in, then it makes sense to say, okay, cool, I can now replace this 9 to 5 with, my 5 to 9 and make that primary. But so many people, I think a lot of times get this idea or this like glow of being an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm just going to dive right into being an entrepreneur. And it's like, no,
it's like
I
no
was an
safety
entrepreneur
net or-
long before I quit corporate.
Yeah.
Because that money I was getting from corporate, I was able to build my website and get my brand together and start getting a lot of things together.
Yeah.
I didn't quit corporate until I had no more time in the day and I had to choose what was the priority.
Okay.
And, I chose my own self and my own business. So I am not that guy. I tell you guys, young entrepreneurs, if you still got time to go out to the club, you still got time to party and do other things, which I'm a proponent of, then you ain't ready to quit your job. Keep that money. I'm telling you, keep that money, because when you become an entrepreneur in those early stages, that consistency that you have in corporate, you get that check every 2 weeks no matter what. You blow a check, you be like, cool.